am super excited for today. So, I am going to be doing a vlog style tour of Marion Oaks. I am going to be going to all the highlights of Marion Oaks and kind of just giving you a rough overview of what it's like to be in Marion Oaks. So first off, we're going to be going to Alkimaia Coffee Shop. It is a local coffee shop there. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. Then we're going to go look at a couple different housing options. So there are several different houses to pick from, whether it's new construction, resale, and Marion Oaks. It's a very large community. But I'm going to go and show you a couple there that I personally think are great. Also, I'm going to be driving through the DR Horton neighborhood that is there. I don't know if you've heard about it or not. I'm going to be highlighting the Florida Greenway, which is just a short drive from where Marion Oaks is. And I'm also going to be highlighting one of my all-time favorite thrift stores. You're not going to want to miss it because I'm telling you their prices are amazing, especially if you don't mind digging. Now, I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Thanks so much. Let's go. Alright, so I got the brew from Alkimaia. It is super tasty, very robust coffee. If you like, Cuban style coffee, then this is definitely for you. I think it's great. So while I'm sitting here talking, I'm going to sip on my coffee and kind of just give you guys some pros and cons to Marion Oaks. So here's the thing with Marion Oaks. A lot of times people have a lot of negative things to say about it, but overall it is a very robust area. So one of the pros that I would say about Marion Oaks is you have a lot of housing options. Some areas are all new construction, only HOA. Some areas there is no HOA, there is no option. So here in Marion Oaks, you do have the option. The HOA, there is an HOA through Marion Oaks with the Deltona Corporation. DR Horton has one. There's a couple others in this little area here that do provide that HOA if that's something that you're looking for. They also have a variety of lot sizes, so that's another thing. So if you want a new construction house on maybe a third of an acre, that is a possibility to be able to be found here in Marion Oaks, unlike other areas that I've seen. Now, another pro of Marion Oaks, in my opinion, is the location. It is very centrally located. It's easy to get everywhere. It's easy to get to 200. It's easy to get to 75. It's easy to get to the World Equestrian Center. And also, it's really easy to get to the villages. So overall, it is in a great location. Now let's talk about the cons. So I would say the biggest con with Marion Oaks and everybody's beef is the fact of traffic. Traffic is a thing here. It is an issue. Now they are kind of rectifying it via widening 484, and that should really help alleviate a lot of the issues that we're seeing. We also have a lot of distribution centers, so that just kind of adds an extra layer of traffic. Eventually though, within the next, I think 3 to 5 years, we should have the bypass that directly connects you to the Florida Turnpike. So that's going to alleviate 484 in all ways. So in the long term, Marion Oaks traffic won't be an issue. It's just a matter of time before everything is built and set and ready to go. Now, another con that I find with Marion Oaks is it tends to be a little bit more expensive. I would say compared to Silver Spring Shores or Ocala Park Estates or some other areas in Ocala, it does tend to be more expensive. I think it has to do with the location, the options, all of that stuff. Right, so this is just one of the few houses that are here in Marion Oaks. So this one in particular has granite countertops. It has some upgraded fixtures as well. It comes with the range and with the refrigerator as well, which is a big thing. Not all new construction comes with that. Another great thing about this house is that it is a 4.2, so if you have a large family and not a huge budget, that's great because this house is listed for $279, and they're offering $2,000 towards closing costs. I'm going to give you a quick tour of this house. will say one really big plus about this house is that this builder builds all throughout Marion Oaks, so there's a lot of different options. One thing I will say about this builder as well is they do sod the majority of the lot, which is very uncommon in a lot of new builds. They just typically don't do that. So let's go. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour for this house. So the beauty about this house is that it doesn't have any carpet in it at all. It also comes with these quartz countertops, very large cabinets. I'm going to walk over here and show them to you. They're just quite big, to be honest. Like, it's kind of impressive how large they are. They're also soft close, so that's nice as well. One of the things that's nice, like I said, is it comes with this quartz countertop. This is the kitchen seating area, so you could kind of use this to sit and eat at. Now, a lot of people tend to put a sectional there and then a TV up there. That's pretty typical on these open floor plans. Now, this is the guest bathroom. What's really nice about this, in my opinion, is the fact that it is tiled all the way to the ceiling, which is super nice. Has some upgraded things. It has a towel holder, and also it has a towel holder here. Some really nice updated mirrors, which most places don't have that. Some updated knobs, which I think is pretty great. Also, the doors are unique and different. Most houses don't have these 2-panel doors like that. Now, it is a split plan, so on the right over here is one of the guest bedrooms. And then I'm gonna take you over here. Then we're gonna go to the master, which is on the other side. It is a 2-car garage, so that is what's in there. It does have a decent sized laundry room as well. It's quite large. This is the master bedroom. It's pretty big. It has a nice little window there. Has a walk-in closet. And the beauty about this house is that you get all of this under $300,000. And it has an Orlando and Miami feel. There's just nowhere else that you're going to get something like that. Now, something that I like about this master bathroom is it does have a double sink, has those upgraded mirrors, which is really nice. I personally like the fact that this opens and closes, but it goes inward, which is really nice and it doesn't slam. Houses like this aren't super common in Marion Oaks, but this specific builder is willing to help with closing costs. So now that I've shown you that house, the thing that's really nice about that house is it gives a Orlando style home feel without you having to spend that Orlando home price. The same kind of house in Orlando is going to cost you somewhere between $500 to $450. And then even if you go to the Lake County area, it's still going to be at least $350, where this house is $297. So it is less than Lake County. That's the one thing that you can say about Marion, is overall the prices are just less, even if you don't always love the location. It's kind of like a give or take. You have to decide what's more important to you. You know, having a lower mortgage payment every month more important, or is the location more important to you? I personally love Marion County. Marion Oaks is a great area overall. Now we're going to be going and checking out the DR Horton neighborhood. I highly recommend, if you decide to go with DR Horton, to use a realtor. They are what they are. There's something against DR Horton. They do offer great specials. They have awesome incentives compared to other builders, but they are very basic. You get what you get, and to be completely honest, again, I recommend that you have a realtor, whether it's me or somebody else, to just really give you that added layer of protection. It's not going to make anything more expensive. It's just going to benefit you in the long run. So let's go. Away is the Florida Greenway. It is quite large and impressive, but this specific portion of the Florida Greenway is paved, as you can see. So a lot of people tend to ride their bikes here. It goes for quite a long ways. I've personally walked it. It is really great. You can also take your horses here as well, so there's a lot of different options. I've hiked it, like I said. It's really nice to come out here, especially when the weather in Florida isn't super hot, and enjoy a nice walking path that is well maintained, because that is something sometimes hard to find here in Florida. It is hard for the national parks and state parks to really keep up with the growth that we just have here in Florida. There's not much we can do about that, but that's just how things are. Again, this is just a short 7-minute drive from Marion Oaks. So if you're a biker or an outdoors person, this is definitely a great location for you. And again, it's usually really busy, and it's just a lot of activity here. I personally love coming here, so I hope that you check it out. Alright, so I'm getting ready to take you on what I call the Marion Oaks Circle. So it pretty much does the whole loop of Marion Oaks all in one, because Marion Oaks is several different units, and it's broken up into a lot of different spaces. So you have to keep that in mind when it comes to moving here. I think a lot of people don't understand how large Marion Oaks is. Quite large. It's not a small development. It was never meant to be a small development. I'm going to give you a little bit of history while we go through the loop, so that way you can really understand the goal of Marion Oaks, and it might help you decide whether or not Marion Oaks is the correct place for you. You may end up deciding after hearing all of this that, maybe Marion Oaks is not as country as you thought it was. Or maybe it's too city and you want to be out farther, maybe into Denellen or in different areas of Marion County. There are a lot of options in Marion County. We are the second largest county in Florida, just falling underneath Duval. So you do have to keep that in mind, that it is a growing place. We do have a lot of development left to do. And so it really is just a matter of time before we really grow. Marion Oaks, like I've said before, is going to be getting that bypass. So it's going to make everything a lot easier via traffic, but it also is going to lead to a lot of growth in Marion Oaks. It really is just a matter of time before Marion Oaks becomes one of the main hubs here in the Ocala area. Alright, so this is the northern section of Marion Oaks. It is a very popular section. A lot of people have moved to this part. Marion Oaks is a combination of new and old homes. As you can see, there's plenty of new construction and plenty of pre-existing homes. That's kind of the beauty of it. Marion Oaks consists of 22,000 acres of residential zoned property, so it is quite large. Now, Marion Oaks does not have an HOA across the board. While there are HOA communities inside Marion Oaks, much of Marion Oaks is not an HOA. But it is a deed restricted community, meaning that you have to talk to deed restriction when it comes to fences and adding buildings, along with the fact that you cannot have chickens or other farm animals, unlike other parts of Marion County. With that being said, I'm going to give you a little bit of history on Marion Oaks. So originally it was all owned by the Deltona Corporation, which I don't know if you know or not, built out much of Deltona, and in a lot of ways Marion Oaks is extremely similar. I'm originally from Volusia County, so when we moved here I automatically knew that this area was the same as Deltona because it overall just has a similar feel. Again, going back to the Deltona Corporation, like I said, they owned much of this property and they had original plans to build it all out, but due to the crash in 2006 they were left with no money and had to sell much of the property that they owned. So that's why in Marion Oaks you have builders of all types, and it gives you a lot of different options compared to some other areas, just because they owned so much property and it was broken up in all different sizes. In Marion Oaks you can find a third of an acre, you can find a half an acre. Is it super common? No. But does it exist? Yes, it sure does. So that's one of the beauties of Marion Oaks versus other parts of Ocala, at least to me anyway. Now, we are coming up to Marion Oaks Elementary School, which is they call Moe's. It's probably the largest elementary school in the county, to be honest. My wife is actually a school teacher in the local area, so I actually know a lot about the schools. Marion Oaks Elementary is super popular. It is very big. It literally looks like a middle school, and as we get closer to it, we're coming up here once we go through this light. I'm going to stop and pause. So this road right here will take you to Publix. It will take you to all kinds of different things to do there off of 200. It's really going to become the mecca, I think, as you go more that way. Great. So back to Marion Oaks Elementary, which is what you're seeing right there in front of you. Moe's is huge. As you can tell, it is several stories. With that being said, Marion Oaks also has the Horizon Academy, which is like a private school. There is also Sunrise Elementary School, which we'll see that as well as we get closer. Most of this area is either zoned for Denellen Middle School or Denellen High School, along with Westport 2 and Liberty Middle School. It really just depends on which section that you're in. I believe this upper section here is zoned for Moe's, but it really just depends on where you are at. Now this main road here is 484. It is the main drag that takes you through most of Marion Oaks. It kind of takes you along it. It's also where some of the traffic is and where most people complain about the traffic overall. With that being said, that they are trying to fix Marion Oaks, they're widening it and they're changing a lot of things when it comes to the interstate. That's really what the problem is getting on and off the interstate, because a lot of people that live in Marion Oaks are commuting to Orlando or to other areas outside of Ocala for work. It's pretty common. I would say most of the people that I know that are moving to this area are moving because they are working in the Orlando area. As you can see, there is DR, Horton, and all kinds of new construction all over the place that is just really booming in Marion Oaks. One of the biggest reasons as to why is, unlike in Silver Spring Shores, much of Marion Oaks doesn't have to have a new type of septic system, and that really has deterred a lot of people from not building in the Silver Spring Shores area, but instead building in Marion Oaks. So that's why we see such a large influx in Marion Oaks versus Silver Spring Shores. Nothing against Silver Spring Shores, but that is something to keep in mind when you're looking to move. It can be an added cost and an added hassle. Now, much of Marion Oaks does have septic, but they do offer, most of the time, public water, which seems to be pretty typical. We're coming up here on the Sunrise Elementary School. It's up here on the left. That's what all those cars are doing there. I will add a link that will kind of give an overview of each school. I will say Marion County schools are coming up. We had some of the best scores this year that we've ever had. I know personally there's a lot of really great principals going into the elementary school space. I can't speak as much for middle and high because my wife doesn't work in a middle or high school. She works in an elementary school. She actually works at Bellevue Santos Elementary, which is actually the choice school here in Marion County. This is pretty much the newer section, and much of this has not been built out. I say newer in the means of the fact that there's a lot of new construction. I would say this is the area that most of the new construction coming is going to be located at. That upper section there is still plenty, but not as much. As you can see here, there's like nothing. There are no houses. This part of Marion Oaks, like I said, is not super inhabited yet. It still has a long way to go. Again, Marion Oaks is 22,000 acres of residential zone property. That's a lot of property. It's going to take them forever to fully build this out. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't fully built out. And, it'll probably take 20 years for them to finish it all. Some sections, as far as the eye can see, all you see is trees. There are no houses. Alright, so I'm going to take you to my all-time favorite thrift store. There's a lot of different thrift stores in the Ocala area, but this one's my favorite. It's the Divine Providence Ministry. Overall, I don't care if you're Christian, not Christian, whatever, the prices here are the best. You have to bring cash, so make sure you have cash on you. If not, you're not going to buy anything. They don't have an ATM, but there are some banks that are close by. But they have the best stuff. I've gotten great jackets, great high-quality shirts for $2. I have gotten awesome Pyrex for like less than 10 bucks. Like I'm telling you, they have the best stuff, the best deals, best furniture, all kinds of stuff. It's just you've got to dig and really look. So let's go inside and check it out. right, so that sums up my Marion Oaks tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or are looking to move to the area, always feel free to reach out. I am a realtor, so I can always help you with the relocation process. Also, I'm always more than willing to help with anything. If you'd like to talk to some local people, always check out Living in Ocala, Florida. That's my Facebook group. So if you have questions about the area, looking to connect with people, trying to figure out what area is best for you, I highly recommend that you check it out. Again, I hope you guys have a great one. Bye.